You better get those feet tapping, fingers snapping, all hands clapping. Buckle up, gobble some popcorn. It's the Mickle Pod and Pickle with Mickle. And here we go. Welcome into the show. It is a feel-good, free-for-all football Friday. Yes, I am aware the PPA is in Virginia Beach, and yes, I will recap that on Monday. Yes, Captain Kirk did it again. Yes, I have an amazing, awesome interview scheduled tomorrow with Greg from Raw Pickleball, Pickle with Mickle interview series. Yes, you can have vodka and cinnamon buns today. Only today, it's National Vodka and National Cinnamon Bun Day. It's a feel-good, free-for-all Friday. I feel pretty good, so let's take care of it.
Warning. College football can be confusing, maddening, and downright enjoyable. Watch it caution. Come heat to the Mickle Pod for your college football recaps and updates. Warning, this is college football and the NIL. Anything is possible.
In the world of NIL football, any football really, I reckon Give Me More is something you'll hear often as that freaking song in Knoxville. As we head into week 6 in our college sixer, I can say, more please. I mean, more of the second half of Bama, Georgia. If you tuned into that game, did you leave at halftime? Be honest. You had to have stayed for the whole thing. I did. It was incredible. The second half, right? I mean, that's what we all wanted. And that's what we want. More of these matchups that we're seeing early in the year. That's what this conference realignment is doing. That's what's going to matter to get us to the 12. And it's what we're going to get as the super conferences reign supreme, and they will. There's just too much money.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money.
Dabo, hey, I did not sell all of my stock, so it's looking good. And there we go. Clemson keeps winning. SEC teams keep faltering. Clemson sneaks their way right back in there if they can run the table in the ACC. I mean, oh what? Oh, Lane, another one-loss SEC team. Remember, repetition is good. Both the Tigers and the Revs are going to have to win it out this year for now. And so for now, they're going to be left out of this week's college sixer. Now, Friday Night Lights is an incredible movie. I love it. So I'm shining a light on one of these games tonight. Hang on. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas! You think we get there by midnight?
Honey, we're gonna be up 500 by midnight.
Vegas!
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
That's how we're going to crack the sixer. That's right. UNLV, 4-0. They're ranked 25th. And what they can't do is they cannot overlook the orange this weekend. What they need to do is not look at the headlines. I mean, this is new territory maybe for the football team. This is not new territory for UNLV to have headlines mucking it up as something good is happening. Now, the Rebels, they like to run. The Orange are very solid up front. You got that Syracuse QB from McCord. He's over there from Ohio State, making his own history. He tops the charts in too many passing categories right now to even list. Here's a stat for you. Syracuse lost to Stanford. Oh, Ricky, you're so fine. Too much in the air from the Reds. Syracuse gets squeezed. That's Ricky White, the receiver. UNLV going to be 5-0, moving up the charts, moving right along. And I spy an SEC showdown in College Station. Coach Elko will need all the 12-man echoing through the stadium come Saturday. Now, I know I dogged Mizzou. I dogged those Tigers after they barely escaped BC and Vandy, who's actually playing some football this year. And now they can claw back. Mizzou's going to be too much for the Aggies. And, Tennessee is back. And if I know Coach Heupel, he wants to come out and get some Razorbacks. The Vols must go Rocky Top all over their asses. Get ready to be hearing that song every Saturday as we get to the 12. I mentioned it earlier. I mean, I think I might still have some of those vuvuzelas from when Tennessee was hot a few years ago. I'm going to have to check them out. Go to micklepod.com, see if they're on there. Maybe, might get lucky. I say Vols big. Here we go again, just shotgunning through the Sixer like just college kids love to do it. Actually, I've seen a lot of videos of people shotgunning White Claws now, or the seltzer drinks. I don't know how that goes. I don't think it'd be very good. But here we go again in the Big Ten. Battle of the weekend, right? Big Ten action. Don't wait, folks. We're going to get Maction soon. That means I got to get the show out earlier because you get Wednesday night Maction, Thursday night Maction. Nothing like some good Maction when you need it. This is about the Big Ten. This is about IU. Indiana's looking to go 6-0. They have to do it against Northwestern. Is this the one, right? In years past, you travel in there against Northwestern. This game has trap written all over it. Now, Northwestern's been trapped by their own stinking headlines over the past couple of years, and it hasn't been that great. I just don't think Northwestern can run the ball effectively enough. I just think somehow they're going to win it, and here's why. The Nines. We love the Nines around here, and the Nines have it. A road loss will be Indiana's 9th straight in this series. They just can't win there. I'm not going against it. Take Northwestern. Take Me to Ames. That's a song nobody's heard of, and it definitely would never top the charts. But the Clones are in the top 20 since being Purdy, and they need to be careful against Baylor. Baylor's coming into town against these Clones, and I don't like the spread. 12.5 seems like a little too much Clones for me in this one. I like the Clones. I just think it's going to be a little closer. And now, here's the game everybody seems to be talking about, all right? Game day in Berkeley, all right? And there's a lot being made of this California of college football or some shit like that. I read it. I don't even know what it means. Here's what I know. The U is looking more like Miami. You know what that means for those Berkeley Bears? Doesn't mean anything good. Miami's looking like a top 5 team, okay? They're going to show it Saturday night. Take those Canes. Let's take a break. How happy is that handle on your paddle? Go to cheerspickleball.net. Use my code, TheMickle15. Happy handles, hats, visors, and so much more. Go to cheerspickleball.net. Use promo code TheMickle15.
Dammy. I need that ball. Get me the ball.
You need the ball.
Get me the ball.
Get you the ball.
Are you going to get me the ball?
I'll get you the ball.
NFL, I can't believe it that it's week 5 already. Are we starting to see pretenders versus true contenders? Teams already towing that company line, right? Listen to those pressers at the end of the games, even the coaches, right? We're still rebuilding, starting to trust each other. The same typical BS you hear when teams are doing what? When they're losing. So my team's winning, all right? So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to jump on the Daniels MVP train with Stephen A or anything like that. I say keep winning out there for my Washington Redskin football team Commanders. It's a lot to say when you say that. You got to take a little drink. And no, I'm not like drinking, not playing the Dave Fleming game, although I have heard across the country, people are really drinking a little too much playing that Dave Fleming drinking game, watching pickleball matches. You can try it yourself. I'll have more on that in the next edition. But like I mentioned, keep running the ball. If you want to win, you need to keep running the ball. And I say that to all teams across the NFL. I don't care how you do it. The 100-yard mark still matters. Got to move this over here a little bit, as we've got our guys over here, our little helmets for the triple Lindy today. Now, what I want to know first is, do the one win teams matter right now? And I got a few of them. Carolina, they don't matter. Arizona, Rams, Giants, do any of them matter? I mean, the Giants are buried now in the NFC East. Out there in the West, what's up with San Francisco? Pretty banged up. AFC, Jags are done. Dolphins too. Dolphins are a mess. And we don't know what's going on in Cincy. Cincy's over here. So a little preview alert. They're going to be in the Lindy. Chiefs, I hear, let me get this right. The Chiefs are in big trouble, right? That's what you hear. Listen to the dailies. Listen to the nightlies like I do. The Chiefs are in trouble. Rice goes on the IR. Yeah, oh, God. They're 4-0. And you know why? Because that's what happens when you have a winning attitude, when you have a Mahomes, when you got a Kelsey, when you have a Andy Reid. The next man up steps up. I'm going to have more on that. That's the Monday Nighter, and that's going to be a good one. We're going to have more on that Monday. What we have now is the triple Lindy. Last week, you got a football 4-pack. We went 3-1. I'm going to throw one more college game at you. SMU over Louisville. Do it. Had to throw it in there. Remember, there's no guarantees. All right? If you're trying to use this shit to bet with, you do that at your own risk. And if you think you have a gambling problem, you go get help. That's Pickle and Mickle advice. Mickle pot advice too. So let's jump.
What dive is he going to do? The triple Lindy.
There's only one other undefeated team in the NFL right now, and that's why I chuckle a little bit, right? We've got the Chiefs. First, we got the Falcons and the Bucks. If you caught that Thursday night game, let me just reminisce about that. Said it in the opener. Captain Kirk did it again. Was it ugly? Sure. Did he throw for more yards than any quarterback has this year? Yes, he did. Did the Falcon Dogs get that win? Yes, they did, and they beat their divisional rival Baker and the Bucks. That's going to be important. Now, that other team is the Vikings, right? Bring the Vikings up here, put the Falcons back here, put the Bucks back here, and look what we got. Uh-oh. Here come the Jets, Jets, and Aaron Rodgers. At 2-2, I'm not so sure what the Jets are. I'm not so sure if Rodgers knows what the Jets are. I'm not sure if the coach knows why he brought Rodgers in when Rodgers is running this show. Here's one thing that I'm sure of. Rodgers, he's going to be pub crawling over there in London, win or lose. He loves to do it. He's already talked about it. Now, the Darnolds are 4-0. They've got an offense that's humming, a defense that's gelling. And did I mention Sam Darnold is playing just like when he's everybody's All-American back there at USC. Now he gets to face the Jets in London. This is the team that originally drafted him. And both teams and this player, Darnold, is much different now. He's a true seasoned NFL vet. He's been bounced around. He's been chewed up, booed, and spit off stage. And now here he is, right? Sitting at the top of that Viking ship, staring it down. And you know who's seeing ghosts? Aaron Rodgers. Because there's Aaron Jones, the other Aaron in this game. He's been running wild. And this Jets D is going to figure out how to stop him. And while they're trying to figure that out, there goes Darnold throwing dimes to anybody he feels like, because everybody's catching the balls that he throws. And so I don't see the Jets being able to stop Jones and figuring out the air attack. But let's make no doubt about it. This is about the Vikings and Darnold. It's that simple. It's not about Rodgers. Don't let that smoke screen fool you. Like I said, he's going to be trolling around London, across the Thames at all the fun pubs, throwing out all the good brews. That's just what he's going to do. They're going to beat the Jets. They're going to beat Rodgers. They're going to be 5-0. They're going to do it all in London. You're going to have to get up early, blow the horn. Vikings 38, Jets 37. Here in Cincy, the Bengals, those Bengal Tigers, the Burrow Tigers, they've gone hungry at home. 0-2. It's not very good, right? Let's move them up. See a Jets, see a Vikings. Got the Chiefs there. You got to have the Chiefs out there because they're still undefeated. So we got the Bengals now. And who comes into town? Ooh, rivalry game. Nice big Ravens coming into town, swooping in to pick on that carcass that is that Bengal Tiger. I mean, the Ravens are flying high right now. I think this game is going to go a long way for both teams, not just this year, towards next year. Of course, it's a huge division game. Two teams that have been on top, two teams that don't like each other, two teams again that when this season is over might be doing that rebuild thing. I mean, beating Carolina is one thing. Great job, Bengals. Stopping Baltimore now is another. When Baltimore is jamming, they're hard to stop. And so I don't see it. This game could be a super fun shootout. I hope either way, it's a back and forth slug fest, old school style, regardless of the score. The outcome, we're going to have Burrow searching for answers. The Ravens winning the game. Baltimore 27, Bengals 24. Houston, we have the game of the week and our final game in our triple Lindy. That's right. Let's bring up the Texans. Let's take them back here. Let's bring them back here. And here comes Buffalo. If you pay attention to this show, and I'm glad if you do, I talked about the Bills. I talked about Josh Allen and this year getting the Bills over that playoff hump. I also like CJ Stroud. Not going to hide it. Not just because he's my fantasy quarterback and I want him to throw like 8 freaking touchdowns if he could do it. That'd be pretty awesome. Not saying he can do that. Here's what I am going to say. The Bills Mafia is rolling into town. This is another game that shouts statement for all the things I just said. A big win for the Bills on the road. A chance to put this young Texas team in their place, at their place. That speaks volumes, especially if these teams run it back come playoff time. Buffalo looked like straight ass against the Ravens. There's no other way you can put it. Now, if they're for real, Josh Allen and crew, the whole crew, they need to come in and step it up. Got to leave no doubt, as we like to say. For CJ Stroud and the Texans, it's a chance to say, we right here. And believe me, their head coach, going to have them fired up. Stroud, going to be looking for guess who? How about Diggs, right? I think the Texans get the win. Not too much Diggs. Diggs is going to get one TD. One TD against the old team. He's going to have a good game. The Bills are going to meet Nico Collins. If they've forgotten about this guy, these Texans are for real. That's Vikings, Ravens, Texans, who I've got. Now you take that and get out of here for the weekend. Don't miss my interview with Greg of Raw Pickleball. Stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. I'll see y'all next time for more